am I going? What is my guide? The Bible reassures me. God's word never changes. You know, the rain is gonna hit and feelings and opinions come and go. I mean, we live in an unstable world. God talks to me through his word. It's like a fire that keeps me alive. Here, I can find rest and peace during all uncertainty. Studying the Bible gives me assurance every day.
Hi, I'm Pastor Elario Davis.
I'm Pastor Denny Mokolo.
We are the hosts of your Bible study series, Words of Wisdom. In 2 Timothy 3:16, God reminds us that all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof,
For correction and for instruction in righteousness.
Words of Wisdom is a specially designed program brought to you by ATN in an effort to share the Advent message to our friends and faithful viewers who are yearning to build a growing and saving relationship with Jesus Christ. If you want to learn more about our rich Adventist heritage, basic fundamental beliefs, counsel on courtship and marriage,
Or simply a deeper study of God's written word, then join us Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. on our Facebook and YouTube pages, as well as Channel 98 on Central TV. Join in and be a part of this special Bible studies effort by praying that God continues to lead and bless this ministry, by becoming a faithful viewer and inviting your friends and family to like and share our programs, by your kind donations and of course your generous financial contributions. Contact us at 416139351 or send us an email at atn@cbm.belizeunion.org. We are located at 10 3/4 miles Philip Golson Highway. Thank you for being a part of the ATN ministry. It is our prayer that you will keep the book of the law always on your lips.
meditate on it day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to that which is written therein. Then thou shalt make thy way prosperous and have good success.
Pathfinders from all over the globe, are you ready for World Pathfinder Day 2022? Every day, we should be Pathfinders who want to make a difference and share Jesus' love with others. This year, we are challenging you, Pathfinder, to change the world. You must be fearless, you must be committed, and above all, you must trust in God. He is the one who has called you to go and share the beauty of the gospel, to go and change lives with His love. We know that you can change the world. You are Pathfinder Strong. See you all September 17, 2022 for World Pathfinder Day.
Good evening and welcome to our youth show, Youth Come Alive. Remember to join us on Facebook, YouTube, and channel 98. I'm sorry. Today our show is about the unused
The one with the
degree.
Yeah. We're at the final part.
Very touchy subject, but we're here at this final episode for this season of Does God Want Me to Be Success? With you tonight, I am your host, Aislinn Maria, and then we have our co-host,
Kayla Escliano.
Jillian Pascasio.
and then in the magic chair, we don't have the magic couch, but we have the magic chair still. On the magic chair, we have our guest.
Alana.
It's Alana.
Wow.
Luna.
Beautiful name.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
So guys, it's a very touchy subject.
It is.
First of all, raise your hand if you got a degree we're not use.
Now put it up to high.
No, put it up to high. But yes, guys. So tell us first, or guest in the magic chair. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, like I said, my name is Alana Luna. I recently acquired my bachelor's in tourism management from the University of Belize, minor in finance and communication. So that's a huge milestone for me, and this is a reason why I'm here, so I can give my input on this as well. So.
Well, we thank you for joining us. And so Jailer or Kayla, what you think about this topic for today? Where you think we're going with this topic for today?
I think we're going to uncover a lot of shady business in the work environment of Belize and the real life difficulties of finding a job.
I think it's going to be a very interesting topic today because I feel like majority, 90% of us can relate to it because there's a lot of young people that have graduated from school with bachelors and associates in this, in that, in all, you can name it. But where are they now? Not doing what they have graduated in.
Imagine you spend so much
money on it,
especially people that go abroad, get this big degree, and then come here and be like, do I sell this degree? Do I keep it in the pocket? What's I do with it? Because I can't share it with my neighbor.
Yeah.
So what do you do with it?
Listen, you remind me of this TikTok, and I'm going to loosely quote the TikTok because it's very rude. But it's this lady holding her degree, and she's screaming at the degree, "Ah, you look so cute sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Get up." And I relate to that because my degree, you know where it is? In the original envelope I got from UB. Never been touched other than for copy it, send out applications.
So it's like an artifact.
It's yes.
It belongs in a book. It's not even on the wall.
Some people put their one on the wall, but it's just to pass and say hi and leave it there. It's nothing.
And it's tucked away in a drawer.
That's just to say, oh, I went to school.
Right.
That is true. And as I said, I believe a lot of us can relate to this because every time you always hear people say, "Oh, a lot of people graduate from UB and St. John's and weapon they call center." And it's honestly sad because even though people go abroad as well and they spend a lot of money, sometimes their only passion is to come back home to be with their family. But sometimes you can't find what you studied for over there. Here, like you can't find a job but you want to be here. You don't want to be over there. So then what do?
And then the thing about that too, Kayla, is when we go and we excel over there and come home, there's no job for us. And then when we do find a job outside, and then we are excelling out there, what they want to do, write up an entire biography about you and say, look at what Belize what Belize produce, but you did not have a job for us. And then they call it brain drain after that. And I believe that that is not even fair. I mean, on a whole, we are overpopulated as we speak. And there's not enough jobs and opportunities here for us. And what do we do with our degrees that we're not using? Do you open up? Do you open somewhere that you can have your own business?
Even that's an uphill battle, being an entrepreneur.
Right, because there's so much things now that there's a fight. There's the battle of the best, and who can get there first. And so, and then if you haven't built that rapport with other businesses, who will know about you? Who will know your name if they did not give you the opportunity to make your name great?
Right, and then employers, because I'm facing it right now, and I'm sure anyone looking for a job or who has been looking for a job know this. You buy a mandala once a week, because it's so funny.
Right.
The lady at mandala expects me once a week on Friday. Oh, so when I miss, she'll be like, you the wet spot too, and then I got you put up. She already knows I go there, and you look through the newspaper and you flip page to page, and there's nothing, and then you find one. Bachelor degree, 5 years experience. Fresh out of school, how do you get experience when everybody requires the same amount of credibility to give you a job?
Exactly.
So I have a question for or get. So seeing that you have a bachelor's in tourism, was it hard for you to find something in the degree?
That field?
Yeah.
Well, currently, I just finished the course itself and graduation. It's in October, so I haven't been in the applicant pool as much as other people have been for years and years and years. But however, I would say in the tourism industry and the market itself, it is easily penetratable to get a job in that specific field because it's based off qualification and skill and certification. Especially for tour guides, dive masters with practical techniques or skill. However, I would say in the administrative or the operative level in companies that's private and NGOs, there's a huge pattern of nepotism. Nepotism meaning, you put people that within the position that other people are qualified to get. So I would say there's a lot of inconsistencies, but it's still, I would say it's more easier than actually in a business field.
I like that you drew the comparison to business because we had this discussion.
We had this discussion
in the ride up.
Right.
And I could have done business, but then, my mother told me, because she is a retired business administrator, being in the business field, you have to be at the top of your game, and there's a level of who you know. Because honestly, it's a work field that's oversaturated as is.
Right.
You have hundreds, maybe in the 300 students graduate from a business field annually.
That is true.
And banks not hire like that.
No,
and you're still going to the bank on one teller to work. Heritage Bank.
That is true. You go in a bank and two tellers there or don't even talk about customer service. Because they don't know how to answer phone. I guess they never teach them to answer phone when they made a study. So not even try calling, and then when you go to customer service, you have to wait hours per hours for sit. Oh, it's frustrating.
Right. So then it makes me wonder, how then is it still so hard to find a job?
And then for your field, for example, your field, we're not out of buildings going up. Roads are still being built. I mean,
bridges
are under construction. There's always something being built. So then how is it that you look for a job and can't get one?
But I would say as well, it's not just who you know, it's who knows you. And you have to, it's very important within any in the employee population, you have to network yourself. You have to get your name out there and what are your skills and what you can do.
And then along with nepotism, there obvious racism, because I won't divulge the exact location I applied to, and I had to follow up with a call. This was a month after I sent the email. oh, did you get the thing? Because I even get a confirmation that they
That you
received
received
the
the
application.
email.
They quickly responded with, oh, we chose to go with someone who better suits our requirements and blah, 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 and the ordeals of our company. But I know someone who works there, and the administration favors people of the Hispanic race.
Ah.
So there's a lot of things that you face
That
when you're
factors
looking for a
that
job.
that plays into finding a job, and that is true because sometimes you don't have that one thing that you're struggling with, not being picked over someone that they would rather, or because you said the 5 years, and then on top you have to deal with racism or them being favorable to one specific race. It's a lot of things that you have to go through, and it's sad because then you beg to question yourself: is going farther worth it? Do you think you should? And again, job in this, so better I just stay with part I there and work.
Right, and then a lot of people settle because my time at UB, and this is an ongoing joke, especially for me being an engineer. When I see my friends, one in particular that works at Westrat, anytime I go in there, why you don't get a job? I'm like, no. And they're like, yeah, so it's that one thing where nobody tells you when you're spending time studying, right? You're not gonna find a job as you've done. You finish a degree, and
You
it's not
know-
a direct passage to getting a
what
job.
what I believe now, thinking about it, what I believe I should have personally done, and I would encourage anybody that is going for their bachelor's or whatever degree, market yourself while you just, even from the very beginning, from the first day you start your bachelor's degree, you start marketing yourself, because when you start marketing yourself and you start putting yourself out there, people are going
are
to
know.
recognize you later on and be like, oh yes, I remember that you
You do
did
that.
this. So something has to be done. I remember seeing this guy from school as a theology student. He markets himself, he does a lot of things out there, and the minute he stepped out of his graduated. In fact, even before he stepped out, he had a job waiting on him. So marketing yourself also plays a big role in doing that.
Especially in tourism as well, like I was mentioning. I just finished my internship as well at Belize Audubon Society, and there is a lot of programs, I would say, that require face-to-face interactions. You have stakeholders you have to deal with, you have members within the entire organization and within the tourism industry itself. And that I would say that's a key and essential practice, because even now, those same people that I had to interact with within those workshops and those capacity building measures, they still reach out now. So I wouldn't say that I have a lot of anxiety or these walls built up that, I can't get a job after I graduate, or, I feel like it's a possibility because of networking yourself and having people knowing your name.
Oh, we have some people in the comments.
Guess I was just about to go there.
Go ahead.
We have Elena Reyes saying yes, lots of nepotism, and all banks have customer service issues. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. There's not one that escapes our wrath. She also says this is such a relevant topic, and it is.
Enjoying it.
And this is why we do topics like this, because we want your feedback as well. So put in the comments, talk to us.
Yes.
Let us know if you have personal difficulties finding a job.
Don't feel shy. Tell us your story. I mean, that's we are up here being open, because for me, I came back from school when the pandemic just started.
Yeah.
Like, I reached home that December, and in March, the pandemic hit. And I was out there looking for jobs and sending out letters after letters after letters after letters. And up to today, I still haven't gotten any reason or response or anything about why. Some of the places I called, and then they didn't know I sent a letter, but I called and they would say like, no, there's no space. We're not hiring anybody right now, this and that. And then I mean, it's still a wait because I'm still here, but it's still a wait. But nonetheless, something happened.
Yeah.
Something happened.
You know, sometimes you're waiting, like Kayla mentioned, because no shade to the call center folk. We understand that life real out here and you need to provide for yourself.
And I would like they do have some call centers job where they banking. They
So I heard.
give money. So
So I've heard. But in other situations, you have some people that's fine, and you have some other people who settle there or settle in jobs that are not serving to them. I fell trapped to that very recently, unfortunately. Um, and the hardest thing was deciding that this is not enough.
Right.
But me deciding, okay, this is not serving me, this doesn't align with my career goals at all, and deciding to leave, I had no assurance of finding another job after that. So, where do you go there? Because I'm waiting on God and yeah, nothing.
so I have another question for all of us here. Where do we say we sometimes you have a passion for something and that's what you want to study. So where do you say you pick up the passion or leave the passion to pick up something that you can make it in? For example, you're studying tourism. Was it something that you were passionate about, or was it something that when you study something, people say, well, go and be a doctor because that's one sure job.
Yeah.
You're set for life because they pay good. They always need doctor. But what if it was something you were not passionate about? What if it was something that you wanted to do that people were like, you're not going to make money doing that. You're not going to find a job, but that was what you were passionate about. Where do you leave that passion or pick it up when it comes to something that you can study or do?
That's a difficult question because compromising your goals,
Right.
dreams, and what you plan for yourself, it's like somebody threw a bomb in all of your plans, and all of that get destroyed. But in the beginning, I had a passion for tourism, but as I continued my education, it started to shift into something else other than just concentrated tourism. It went into business as well. So I feel like the flexibility with myself and what I can do for myself and what makes me happy, I can do anything, I would say, within the business spectrum. So I feel like there would be a certain level of compromise, but I'd be willing to do that.
On the end of that too, because we also had this discussion on the way up that sometimes your passion or your goal changes because of the need for a specific career path. I remember my mom, she wanted to be a doctor, and that was a passion for her, but achieving that was unrealistic to some extent. So she ended up in administrative field. There was a need for it at the time. So do we think that that's a justified reason to shift your focus?
I don't think it's I don't think they let down the passion, because if something is a passion, it's going to burn inside you no matter how old you get. I think it's the matter of needing to live. You need to survive. You need money. You have picnic and need to feed them. What do I do? Just leave them there and continue to try grab at the thin air? Because your mom could have simply continued grabbing at being a doctor, seemed that, and it being realistic at that point in time, and then you have you and your brother. What would she have done? We can't just look at each other and eat each other. So
I mean,
we
some
had
people do that, but
no. She need at that point. There was a need, and it was to survive. And survival makes you go to change the passion, because sometimes the passion right now is not working. So I have to do something else to survive. Right.
we have another comment. We have several comments here from Daniel Antonio saying it's always best to create a job or get employment in something that aligns with your passion. Because one thing you don't want to do, and this is true, is to be in a job that you absolutely hate.
No, right.
Because
You not do it to your
you
best.
take on, you won't do it to your best, and then you take on the additional stress of getting up in the morning and not feeling fulfilled and be like, God, this place again. And then that also brings along other complications, heart problems, and a wealth of other illnesses.
They say if you get up and go to your job and you enjoy being there, even if you're not doing anything, then you know that you have found your place, your happy place. Because I mean, some people could be at a job and be doing absolutely nothing and being there and they're happy.
Yeah.
Not that they're not doing anything, but the fact that they are there makes them happy that they're a part of what they are doing.
Like he continues to say, it's not always about making the big bucks, but trusting God to provide and take care of your mental health. Choosing mental health is important.
Right, always,
and I had this discussion the other day with some of my friends who are, going through a difficult time at work and the same situation, not feeling that they are fulfilling themselves. And we came to the common ground that the past generation would stay in a job because they need to survive, but this generation is very defiant. And if our mental health say no flag, get out.
Yeah.
We're leaving in 2 weeks.
Immediately.
In 2 weeks.
They're not even 2 weeks. They will leave.
That's for me. I personally could give a testimony or testament to that because I was employed at a call center probably 2 years ago, and I stayed at that job probably a year and 2 or 3 months. But at that point in time, when that 2 months mark came up, I was like, I'm over this. People that would have to stay at that job, stick with it. They were like, oh, brush it off. You could do this. And I'm like, no, my mental health right now is my priority, and I'm not compromising that for anybody.
That's the only thing you have right now to survive. But guys, we have to go to our first break. We will take a break and we will be back. So enjoy the break. And don't go. Go tell your friends to come and watch Youth Come Alive show.
And just a little sneak peek of what's going to happen after the break. We're celebrating today.
Right, yes.
So make sure you go get all of the supplies you need. Get your glass, get your champagne. Get your It's a celebration here.
So enjoy your break.
July 3rd, this month that is coming up. Yes, July 3rd. Yes, 2022. We are having the Gospel Caravan, the Centennial Program. Oh, the Inter-American Division. We are celebrating 100 years. Yes, 100 years. Yes, the Belize North Mission. Yes, Central Belize Mission, Southwest Belize Mission. We're going to be impacting humanity. How? Yes, we're going to be feeding many. We're going to be doing health fairs. What else are we going to be doing? We're going to be giving out literature. We're going to have a good time together. So all members, pastors, leaders, everyone, come as we join together for this gospel caravan that will be traveling all the way within the Inter-American Division. You got to be a part of it. Yeah, 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 yeah! Yeah! Gospel caravan!
All my life, I've been dealing with projects. I do a lot of research. Basically try to understand how different materials affect fires. It involves a lot of formulas and gathering data. I met this girl once in grad school, and we got to talk about all kinds of things, and also about God. It was great. I could share with her what I believed in. And then I got busy with my own research and realized I may have treated her like a project. Like, I kind of expected her to change herself. But people are so much more than projects. There's some kind of human connection to it. I I think we're supposed to share our lives with those around us, but sometimes just being with them, being their friend, that's the best way to find true connection. And that's what witnessing is to me, relationships and friendships.
Young people, yeah, all the way from the Belize North Mission, all the way from the Central Belize Mission, all the way from the South Belize Mission. Yes, young people, you know this is a cell phone, right? And according to what I received, it said, Jesus is coming, get involved, National Youth Camp 2022. Let me repeat again. Jesus is coming, young people, get involved, National Youth Camp 2022. When? Yeah, 28th to the 31st of July. Where? In Progressive Village. Yes, Progressive Village. We're going to have a wonderful time together, young people. We want you to be there. Get ready. Register. Come and enjoy Jesus and enjoy friends. And so we're going to have a good time together. We are looking forward to have you here at the National Youth Camp. We're going to have fun together. Yeah. Come out, young people. See you at the camp. Yeah.
And we are back. And if you notice, me and Jalen always have to
Do the most. The very most.
extreme most.
most.
And if you don't notice, we have Willie Adventist wine up here. No worries.
Non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic.
We can even spell alcohol.
Right.
We spell with a Z.
Right. And we are about to, well, this are only later on, but these are all a part of celebrating our graduates.
That's
Our
right.
graduates from this year. And we have a ton load of them, but we're going to come back to that.
Yes.
But I have to share, when I came home, like I said earlier, I came home, 2 years ago, because I graduated in 2020. Both me and Jalen graduated 2020.
Yes.
And looking for a job was very hard. You're praying, and you feel like you're praying to go as high as the ceiling there. And trust me, in order to hide. But you pray and then you say, man, God will help you. It helped you through this entire time you're there at school and you didn't have money, you never have money. It helped you with the lead detergent. It helped you with everything you need. So now, sir, hello, you there? Jesus still answer this being like,
Subscribe your trying to.
That's exactly how it felt. You're there, you're praying, and then there's a complete blank, there's silence, there's a bunch of nothingness that you're hearing. How do you work from that?
It's, you know, it's two things. It's one, discouraging,
Right.
because God said, you know, I'll never take you, I can't keep you, and you ask,
And I
and
give
I
it.
will give it unto you. So I sit down, I say, God, all right, this is what I want to study. And you get through that first step. All right, God, finish now. This is what I want to do. God, I finish now. What a job there. And then while it's discouraging, it just to put the pressure on your feet.
Yeah, especially.
Because I had a discussion with my uncle probably last week, and he mentioned this term, delayed gratification.
Wow.
The process in itself, that would be, the most testing part, the part where, your faith is tested, you want give up, and you're like, oh, well, I know I get where
One, so
work
better I
for.
stop now.
I know, but you have to be, how would you say, you can't be stagnant in where you're at. You have to go along with the process in itself, and then you get what exactly you're,
You have to
praying
be
for.
persistent.
Sometimes your how you call it, your lead prayer life start to become shaky. Like one of the foot of the chair when it come off you and the chair hold up the neck.
Shake like that. So right over there.
We won't talk about this
It's
too,
not
but
hard,
yes.
you know?
But I think sometimes also we need to go to God genuinely. I was speaking to someone this exact week about that same thing. God knows what we want, but He wants us to ask it of Him. He want we depend on He. He don't want we feel like we could do it on our. Well, God, you know I want this job, so just give me. I don't need to ask you for it. Or you say it in your mind, God, that this job I want. You know you want to do it. God doesn't want us to just be like that. He wants us to depend on Him. God, I need your help. Help me with this.
But Kayla, I don't know. I don't know what you to say over there, because man, you know that ugly ball. You know that ugly ball, and up on the ground for your face, the ugly ball in your bed, or in your bed on the pillow,
No, I
your
don't.
ugly ball.
That's
Yes, your ugly ball. Well, I ugly ball to God, and I'm like, yo, you bring me home. Then you had a pandemic start. You make that, well, not God, but it's this entire pandemic start. Like, what are the odds that I just go home and bam, a pandemic start? I know that not because of me, but
Listen, I believe that not everything that you want will just automatically drop in your lap. We have many stories in the Bible that people had to go through a lot of things before they may eventually reach to where pandemic there. Probably, yes, y'all, if God have to see a nasty ball, then that He won't have to do. Because remember, you guys were talking last week, sometimes you have to drop off at a hospital day.
right.
Come for weapon your day and genuinely be truthful and honest and faithful to Him for He to be like, okay, I understand now, here it is.
And you mentioned earlier, Kayla, thinking it's not worth it because you're at the midpoint. Because I finished my associates, and if it's this difficult to find a job, what's the sense of spending 4 more years to get a bachelor?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have people who stay in the jobs and 10, 15, 20 years pass, and they suddenly get hey, I'm supposed to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, you're questioning, am I too old? I have picked going in a primary school directly. How me and the picnic were in a school together. There's a lot to consider. And then, like Ethan said, you find yourself crying out to God, explaining your plight as if He don't know it already.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no answer.
Well, I was just making my case,
Listen.
because God said, make your case. Make your case before me.
No.
And then make your case known before me. And my ears no deaf, nor my hand shut.
Listen to me. I feel like you're never old because people are always, you're not too old for God at school. Where you going back to school for? Are you not too old for this? I feel that you're never too old to do anything. Listen to me. If Sarah could have made a picnic at the age where she made there, at the age of she made there, I feel like you're not too old for do nothing. You reach 100 and you want to go back to school, you go, sis.
Right.
I'm not stop you. Because with God, everything possible. So, I mean, if he could have allowed that for happen, then what else can he do? I mean, I don't know if Sarah body when me wrong it, but
Wow, killer.
no, I mean, it's been 100 years, right? She was old. I mean, I know she and Abraham probably made a try for that 50 years old life.
Right.
So something must be complicated, organs or something must be twist. So, but
So,
so, but she went and she ended up having a child in the age that she was, and God tested them in the end as well because He wanted them to kill their only child. But although that was their only child, they were still faithful because sometimes you might ask God to give you this job, but God know that this job will make you compromise your faith or your religion in a some way. So He want to tell you no, because that job that you want, and I tell her, hey, Slin, I know your Sabbath begin when sunset, but I just need you to stay half an hour, leave it after you. You know, you still could still leave it a light.
Or not only your religion, but also your integrity. Because if you only do it this one time, you will get wali $1,000 bonus. You will do it so you will want to know what the next one will give you. If I give you 5,000, if what you know, and you what who doesn't want the money? But then if it has to be that your integrity is tested, I mean your integrity is all that you have, your name is all that you have. And so if it's going to be tested, then it best you may stay right down there when you only had $5 and God make it stretch wide as the ocean.
and you know, this job difficulty is not something unique to Belize because you were giving me some numbers in the car and I maths. So it was 40 and 40.
It said when I was doing a research, it says that 40.40% people are not using their degrees, and then 28.28 can't find a job in the field that they're in.
Right, and that's American.
Right, and that's an American
figures, right?
statistic. Yes.
So I did a little calculating. Insert calculating sounds. And that gives a rough estimate of at least 110,000 American citizens who are having the same struggle.
Right.
That's a third of our population in Belize.
Right.
For particularly tourism. Well, I have to go back to tourism because you know.
Right. Right.
So for the tourism industry itself, I always have to do research on this. So as of 2019, there was approximately like 60 people within that particular industry itself, and post-COVID, you know, people got laid off for long periods of time. So right now, I believe it's probably 45% of people that was in that industry prior to COVID gave. That's a drastic loss.
But it is, and I think in the end, I think all we need to have in our mind is just to trust that God will provide. Because I mean, all of us been through that drop in when COVID came. Some of us losing our job, or parents not having a job. Gas gone up. Groceries gone up.
Soared up. Gas is out of the orbit.
Groceries get out of control, and you know, you had some people struggling, but in the end, you know, we made it. And I think our number one priority is just to trust God and have faith in Him, right? And with that, I believe that everyone on our list that we are going to be congratulating now had faith and trust that God would have brought them through their 4 years, their 8 years, their 12.
They're two at
They're
preschool.
2. Right? So at this moment, guys, we're going to be celebrating our graduates.
Right.
For the glass now.
Pour it.
I excited for this moment. I was waiting for this.
Yes, guys, if you know anyone on our list, you can tag them so they can see us celebrating them. If you do know them, you can, send confettis in our chat. You can celebrate with us as well. I forgot my party poppers over there, my little noise makers.
Not me giving Kayla less than she should be getting. You know when you're younger and you're used to watch my thing and be like, she get
Wait, together. You have to wait till the bubbles.
It's Jill about to take our guests.
Oh my God.
Right. there is no watch there.
You guys are proof to say that you guys had brothers and sisters. I only be here so when you have brother and sister. You single parent, single child and not be here. So guys,
we are going to be toasting to the people that graduated for 2022. And we want to say congratulations.
Yes.
We want to say continue, keep the faith and trust God for what He has in store for you, because there are greater things ahead. And He said that you can do all things through Him that gives you that strength. So continue believing and trusting Him. Guys, we are going to be toasting and then we are going to be
not drink alcohol. We got a lot of names on this list. So we just have sip, guys.
We are sip.
Now, as we call the names,
yes,
our technical team will be displaying the pictures so you can see who these people are. I'm going to kick off the list. First on the list, drum roll, please. We have Jana Cano and Ronel, or is that Ronelli? Ronelli Garcia. There they are on the screen. Congratulations to the both of you. Jana recently finished her associates at the
John's Junior College.
Right. And Ronelli, let me see, because I have it here.
She was bachelor's.
She finished her bachelor's. So congratulations to the both of you on your job well done.
I try to get something. Let me blow.
You know,
don't need to go back to say I'm on for my money.
One thing, go tell Miss Kwan, roll the money.
Really? We may expect to make a lot of noise, but this was an epic fail.
Next two graduates, you can read that.
The next two graduates we have is Jalissa Novello and Galvaton Middleton.
Janissa has finished high school and Gavaton Primary School.
Congratulations. You can't make noise at then it's after scream.
Hey. That is funny. I hear the producer laughing in the back.
I gotta save the receipts. I'm on Quan close 8 o'clock. Nice to meet tonight.
Next we have on our list
Aisha Sebastian and Leanne Anderson.
Congratulations, guys.
He was our guest that
last week. Yes,
the week before.
Right? Was our nurse from Unadekan. She was here telling us her grand story of the experience at Unadekan. We had a few comments teasing her about the food.
Right.
About the food. Next on the list we have Alene. So that
Alane.
My apologies. Alane Campos and Alexandria Garbutt.
Yes.
Also from Unadeka. And Alexandria is finishing in
Taiwan. Her master's degree.
Congrats, guys.
Oh, I simply bit too big.
We have a next one.
We got next one. No worry. Man. Our next graduate, Adriel and Daniela. Adriel, sorry. We are messing up with these names.
I know.
Daniela Baptist
The twins.
and Jalisha Tinkham. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
My favorite twins. Congratulations, guys.
Right. Next we have my two favorite boys. These are my two favorite boys. Elroyd Lennon and Emil Villamil.
It's the suits for me, gentlemen.
The suit
It's
for
the
me.
suits for me.
Yeah.
Handsome, they're handsome. They must see
You guys did your best.
Next, we have Grace Villamil and Zane Smith. Grace recently finished from Ephesus, graduated on Sunday, and Zane Smith in high school as well. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Every congrats we take and drink.
Because why not?
Why not? This is what you told us.
Alright, next up we have Edelinda Clark, Jordan Mohammed Ali, Genesis Pastasio.
Wow. Congrats, guys.
Right, we have to repeat Genesis' name right now, cause
Okay.
So we have Edelinda on the right and Jordan Muhammad Ali on the left. Congratulations to the both of you. Next up on the list, we have my niece, my heartstrings.
What she wanted to be?
She wanted to be a
Princess Doctor.
We have Genesis.
Genesis.
Pastasio, Abrielle.
Right. Look how cute they put them back. Put it back on the screen. Put it back on the screen. They're the cutest graduates ever. Look at them.
Wow.
They need a next toast. Toast today too.
Congrats, guys. You did your best. I'm telling you, you got a lot more. Preschool is just the beginning.
Right. Now we have Araceli
Gwen and
Mishtani Castillo. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations to you. Oh, these are nice pictures. I want to take over my graduation picture.
Right, me too.
I should put up my picture.
Idelme. Oh, and our last on the list, we have Idelme Clark.
Congratulations.
Idelme.
It's a good lighting for me.
Yes.
Right.
Wow, guys. You guys did your best. You came out on top.
Wait. I don't make up have a whole kill. I'm not doing her thing. Give me it.
She never did all of that.
Guys, I take little sips. The teacher little sips.
Yes, little sips, but I mean, little enough to reach to a power with that.
She did.
Full one on her second. Congratulations.
If it takes some more full.
She tastes it like when you give babies medicine and they do this. That's what Kayla was doing over there.
Right.
This was our graduation shout out. I don't see any more comments from anyone else. But if you know someone that we miss, we may.
Jillian.
I never quit. My apologies. How could I forget?
October, yes.
Coming up in October, my friend right here will be graduating from the University of Belize with her Bachelor in Tourism Management and minor in financing. It's a lot to remember, but I remembered it. So congratulations.
We have to drink this. Come.
We have a surprise guest.
Come, Shamar, congratulations!
Guess so we forget he's a Don't worry, this is juice. So you can drink so if you want.
Drink some.
He came to some the
I love this is why I love this show, you know. I love it. But guys, the comments at Prelude, Elroy and Emil will be going off. Look at them in the group chat. Look at them in the chat.
What did they say?
Emil said, block, block.
Block, block.
Elroy,
Congrats, guys.
congratulations. And then Elroy said, yeah, we look the best.
I don't know about that because I was at that graduation also.
We made a win.
We were the main characters at that graduation. Y'all were supporting characters at that graduation.
Let's read the rest of the comments though.
I have here from Adrian, Mr. Lord, the music teacher.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Mr. Lloyd graduated from John's. It was John's.
yes, St.
College.
John's. It was St. John's.
Congrats, Mr. Lord, on your accomplishments. Who else?
Our producer is telling us Dr. Marfield. So congratulations to you also.
Congrats,
You
Mr.
see, when the
Murphy.
man a reason why we saying the rest of it.
Yes, see, I'm going to tell me, but no drink all of my
Right.
We still got a lot more names to toast to. Guys, if we had forget anyone on the list, or apologies, but we're here celebrating our graduates near and far. We could not have all the names, so it would have been best for you guys to send them in. But you guys are sending in the names, and we thank you so much. So we congratulate Mr. Lord, Mr. Marfield. Is there anybody else that they said?
There's none at this time.
There's
But
none at
as
this
they
time.
come, we'll mention them. And this is just testament to overcoming challenges and sticking to it.
Yeah. I
Jalen Elroy is commenting in this chat. He said, of course we look good. You have to go off. And then he said, you still know what I talk about my speech. Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Elroy
Of
is
course,
very
Elroy.
proud of his
Your speech
vote of
was
thanks.
the bomb.
His vote of thanks speech, and he told us when he was here that he has been vote of thanks twice, primary school and in high school. We have another
Oh, yes,
submission
we do
here.
have Aziel Dominguez.
Congratulations.
Dominguez.
Didn't Angel graduate as well?
No, that was last year.
Was last year?
Yes.
Big up to you still yet, Angel.
guys.
Congratulations.
Angel.
Our producer is telling us she's whispering that her son also graduated SJ. Big up to you, Lee, brother.
Guys, our producers are doing the most in the background. I just want you guys to know that.
Guys, just in case you guys block us for child endangerment, this is juice. It does not have any alcohol. I know you see the little child on my lap drinking. It's juice. It's champagne. No alcohol. But he's quite enjoying it, taking his sip.
But
He's
guys,
sharing.
I must say that we had a lovely time today, and it's time for us to come down to that part of the day where nobody wants, where we get scolded for having this program being short, and it comes to an end real quick. But guys, we are coming down to those last moments. So this is where we are going to give our final thoughts, and we can start here with our guests. Give us our final thoughts about, to the people that they're having struggle finding that job or whatever. Give them some type of encouragement.
Like I mentioned before, education is a substantial, important term. And even though you go through your trials and tribulations, and you're like, where is God? Just be sturdy in your faith and never give up. And be verbal with what you want, like what you mentioned. Ask God and be specific in what you want.
That is true. I think, as she say, be verbal and ask us of what you want. Just as I was saying before, you just make your petitions known, as what Aislinn was saying, and God would allow whatever He sees best for you. He would allow it to happen. And He, as we've been talking this whole month, He does want us to be successful. He does want us to have a future. And we see, sometimes it's not at that moment. We do seek, because if God did not want that, you guys would not have graduated with your degrees and that sort of stuff. So he does want us to be successful. He does want us to have a future. And I think we just need to be faithful and trust in God that he will allow that to happen.
You know what gives me little hope? The fact that I know that every succession story is like a ripple effect. So when I get blessed, you will get blessed. And then when you get blessed, you bless somebody else. And so right now, I believe that the person that is before me needs to hurry speed it up a little bit so that when they're finished being blessed, I can be blessed. Because everything has a timing and a clock. And it all comes together as one when it works in perfect timing. And so my encouragement to you, because I am still, yes, I do have a job right now, but I am still waiting for the one that my heart desires. And until then, my encouragement to you is don't lose the faith. Don't lose the hope. Remember, like I said, like I guess last week when I said that your hope fuels your faith, and it will allow you to continue to dream big. And so continue walk forward, smile, embrace the sun while it's still out there, because when you get into that job, the sun is going to feel like something that should have stayed down a little bit longer so you can get more rest. So enjoy it.
We have 2 more comments before I give my final thoughts. Adrian says the key to success: 1, God; 2, commitment; 3, be humble;
Very
4,
important.
be determined; and 5, be willing to learn always. Because you're never too old to learn something new. And that reminds me of the statement from a movie I like to watch. Are you living or are you existing? And if you're just existing, that means you have nothing more to get that life is offering. But if you are living, that means each day a new challenge comes or something new comes for you to learn. My encouragement to you is, outside is ghetto. Adulting is something I did not want to sign up for.
They didn't tell us about adulting.
No, they didn't tell us that, when you get up, when you grow older, you have to find a job and you can't find it. However, stay persistent,
right?
Trust in God always, and never lose sight of what your true passion is. Because the last thing you want to do is to diminish what's fueling your desires just because you can't get to where you need to be.
And there is 2 more comments. Sorry. Elena said, trust in God, keep the faith, and never compromise your identity. That was what Asen was talking about, prayer and trust in God's power. And Shirley said, so true, every day is a new learning experience. Trust in God's power, not man's power.
Right. With that, we want to thank our guests for coming what am I saying? Coming with us today and for joining us today on our show, Youth Come Alive. Guys, next week our new season starts, and get ready to see what's in store for the program for next week. We are excited to always be here, and see you next time. See you next week.
Next week at 6.
At 6 o'clock. Don't forget to share and tell your friends. Deuces, guys.
Bye.
As a non-profit organization, the Adventist Television Network solely relies on your financial support. By partnering with us through a monthly donation, you will help us to continue to fulfill the mission in taking the gospel into all the world. For more information, please call 613-9351 or email us at atnfin@cbm.believesunion.org. Thank you for your prayers and support of the ATN ministry, and together we may hasten the soon coming of our Lord Jesus Christ.